Hey friends, imagine waking up each morning with a quiet sense of joy, not because of money, not because of fame, but because you have a reason to live, a purpose that pulls you forward, a spark deep within that gives your life meaning. That's Ikigai, the Japanese word that means reason for being. In the small village of Okinawa, where some of the world's longest living people reside, Ikigai isn't just a concept, it's a way of life. People there don't retire. They wake up to tend their gardens, practice martial arts, share wisdom, and live past 100. What's their secret? That's exactly what authors Héctor García and Francesc Miralles set out to discover. They traveled to Japan, met with elders, studied cultural habits, and decoded the magic of a fulfilled life. In this audiobook summary, you won't just learn what Ikigai is, you'll feel it. Each chapter will uncover timeless lessons on longevity, purpose, simplicity, connection, and the art of never truly retiring. And as we go deeper, you might just start to uncover your Ikigai. So take a deep breath, let go of the rush, and come with me on a journey to Japan's quiet wisdom, and maybe your own reason. Let's begin with Chapter 1, the village where people forget to die. In the lush, sun-soaked island of Okinawa, nestled far from Japan's fast-paced cities, there lies a small village called Ojimi, a place where something extraordinary happens. People forget to die. Literally. Here, it's not uncommon to meet someone who's 100 years old, smiling, walking, gardening, and laughing like they're still in their 60s. No hospitals filled with machines. No endless medications. Just vibrant elders living meaningful, connected lives. When the authors visited this village, they weren't welcomed with studies or spreadsheets. They were greeted with tea, storytelling, and laughter. One 102-year-old karate master still practiced daily. A 100-year-old woman played traditional music every evening. And nearly all of them shared one thing in common. They had an Ikigai, a reason to get out of bed every morning. In Ojimi, people don't retire, because they never stop living. They cook, dance, farm, teach, not out of obligation, but joy. Their days are filled with simplicity, movement, connection, and purpose. There's no rush here, no obsession with youth. Just the quiet mastery of a long, intentional life. It begs the question, what if we didn't chase happiness in some faraway goal, but found it right where we are, in the things that give us meaning? This village isn't just a place on the map. It's a reminder that aging isn't a curse. It's a craft. And it starts with finding your Ikigai. Awesome. Let's flow into the next chapter 2. Find your flow in everything you do. Have you ever done something so absorbing, so joyful that you lost track of time? Hours passed, but it felt like minutes. You weren't thinking. You were just being, completely immersed, completely alive. That is flow, and it's one of the most important parts of Ikigai. The people of Okinawa, and happy, long-living individuals across the world, all share this. They spend most of their day in flow. Whether it's crafting, gardening, cooking, writing, or fixing things, they do it with full attention. No multitasking. No racing the clock. Just presence. Psychologist Mihaly Csikszentmihalyi, the man who popularized the concept of flow, said, "People are happiest when they're in a state of flow, when they're fully absorbed in what they're doing." And here's the secret. Flow isn't found in what you do. It's in how you do it. A calligrapher painting each stroke with devotion. A chef slicing vegetables like an art form. A child building with Lego, lost in imagination. Ikigai lives in these quiet moments. When you're not thinking about the past or future, you're simply creating, living, enjoying. Want a longer, richer life? Then spend less time escaping your days and more time flowing through them. It's not about quitting your job or moving to Japan. It's about finding something today, anything, that makes you forget the time and remember who you are. Let's keep the journey going. This one's deeply relatable and practical. Chapter 3. The Power of Small Habits. Let's keep the journey going. This one's deeply relatable and practical. In the Western world, we're often told to go big. Big dreams, big moves, big results. But in Okinawa, longevity is built not on big leaps, but on small, consistent steps. Tiny rituals, simple routines. Done every day, for decades. A morning walk to greet the sun. A cup of green tea shared with friends. Watering the garden. Preparing fresh food. Stretching. Smiling. Moving with intention. These aren't productivity hacks. They're life practices. and they form the invisible foundation of a happy, long life. In Japanese culture, this devotion to small intentional acts is called kaizen, continuous improvement. Not giant sprints, but tiny progress day after day. The beauty? You don't need motivation. You just need rhythm. Wake up 10 minutes earlier to stretch. Replace one processed meal with something fresh. Call someone you love today. Journal one line about what gave your day meaning. Over time, these micro actions compound and shape your body, your mind, your spirit. Think of it like this. No tree grows overnight. It takes water, sunlight, and time. But most of all, consistency. So instead of asking, how can I transform everything right now? Ask yourself, what's one small habit I can begin today? And repeat tomorrow. Ikigai isn't found in grand gestures. It's found in the quiet power of small sacred acts done with love. Shall we flow into next chapter? Chapter 4, Stay Active, Don't Retire. Wonderful. This next chapter reveals one of the most inspiring truths from Ikigai. In most places around the world, retirement is seen as the finish line, the end of purpose, the beginning of slowing down and fading out. But in Japan, especially in Okinawa, retirement doesn't exist. Not because they can't afford it, but because they don't want it. Why stop doing what you love just because you've reached a certain age? In Ojimi village, you'll find 90-year-old fishermen casting lines at dawn, 87-year-old women weaving baskets, centenarians tending to their gardens with joy in their eyes. They're not working for money. They're working for meaning. You see, when you stop having a purpose, your mind, your body, your spirit begin to shut down. Ikigai teaches us this simple but radical truth. Staying active is not about staying busy. It's about staying alive. It's not about hustle. It's about engagement. Doing what you love, serving others, waking up with something or someone to care for. That's why people in Okinawa don't ask, what do you do? They ask, what is your Ikigai? So whether you're 25 or 85, don't count the years. Make the years count. Don't retire from life. Recommit to it. Find a reason to move, to create, to give, to grow. Because when you have purpose, you never really grow old. Hey friend, are you enjoying this journey so far? If these lessons from Ikigai are resonating with you, if they're making you pause, reflect, maybe even smile, then I invite you to do something small but powerful. Please like this video, share it with someone you care about, and subscribe to Fraser AudioBooks Club, where wisdom comes to life. Your support means the world. It helps us keep creating more soulful content, books that heal, inspire, and awaken something deeper within us all. We've still got so much to explore, so take a breath, stretch a little, maybe sip some tea. And when you're ready, let's continue the journey. With Chapter 6, Embrace Your Community. Beautiful. Now we continue with one of the heartbeats of Ikigai, connection. Chapter 6, Embrace Your Community. In the village of Ogimi, something extraordinary happens every day. Neighbors wave across gardens. Friends gather under banyan trees. Birthdays are remembered. Stories are shared. Loneliness? It simply doesn't exist. Because here, community is sacred. The Okinawan word for this is moai, a lifelong circle of friends who support one another through everything. Joy, hardship, aging, even grief. Moai isn't a WhatsApp group. It's a commitment, a promise to show up, to help with a harvest, to cook a meal when someone's sick, to sit in silence when words aren't enough. Science shows us that strong social bonds are one of the most powerful predictors of a long, happy life. More than money, more than exercise, more than even a good diet. Why? Because humans were never meant to thrive alone. Connection regulates our nervous system. Laughter boosts immunity. Being seen and loved gives us the will to live. And yet, in today's digital world, real connection is getting lost. We have followers, but no one to talk to. We scroll, but rarely sit across from someone and truly listen. Ikigai teaches us to turn back. Back to belonging. Back to community. So here's your gentle challenge today. Call someone. Visit your neighbor. Start your own moai, even if it's just 2 people. Because a meaningful life isn't built alone. It's built together. Let's slow things down and uncover one of Ikigai's most peaceful lessons. Chapter 7. Let go of hurry and live. Slow. What if you didn't have to rush? What if everything you needed, joy, fulfillment, peace, was already here, if only you slowed down enough to notice it? In the Western world, we live by the clock. Deadlines, traffic, notifications. We eat fast, scroll fast, work fast, and call that living. But in Okinawa, the rhythm is different. There's no frantic race to get more done, only a gentle devotion to doing what matters, with presence. A man might take an hour to prune his bonsai tree. A woman might walk barefoot to the market, stopping to greet every vendor. Children laugh, elders sing, time flows, without pressure. This is the spirit of Ichigo-ichi, a Japanese phrase that means one time, one meeting, a reminder that this moment will never come again. So why rush through it? Ikigai isn't about slowing down for the sake of it. It's about choosing depth over speed, quality over quantity, being fully here instead of halfway everywhere. Even science agrees chronic stress ages us, stillness heals us, and joy lives in the now, not the next thing. So today, try this. Eat your meal without distractions. Walk slower. Breathe deeper. Speak to someone like they're the only person in the world, because maybe the secret to a longer, happier life isn't in doing more, but in feeling more of what you already do. Beautiful. Now let's reconnect with the world that's always been quietly waiting for us. Chapter 8. Reconnect with nature. Step outside for a moment. Feel the breeze. Listen to the rustle of leaves. Watch the way sunlight dances through the trees. That is nature's language, and for centuries the people of Okinawa have spoken it fluently. They don't just visit nature, they live in rhythm with it. From early morning walks through the forest, to growing vegetables in backyard gardens, to pausing, just to admire a blooming flower or a soaring bird. It's not about escape, it's about return. Because when you reconnect with nature, you reconnect with yourself. Modern life keeps us indoors, under artificial light, surrounded by screens. But the human body and soul were designed for sunlight, movement, and fresh air. Science calls it forest bathing, or shinrin-yoku, and it's proven to reduce stress, lower blood pressure, and even boost immune function. But the villagers of Ojimi don't need studies. They've always known. Nature is the original healer. Every garden they tend is a meditation. Every harvest, a celebration. Every season, a teacher. Ikigai reminds us, to live well, we must return to our roots. Literally. So today, take your shoes off. Walk on the grass. Let your bare feet remember the earth. Because sometimes, the most powerful therapy isn't found in pills or books, but in the quiet embrace of the natural world. Let's embrace one of the most soul-nourishing lessons of Ikigai, gratitude. Chapter 9. Be grateful every single day. Every morning in Okinawa, before breakfast is served, you'll hear a soft phrase spoken aloud. Itadakimasu. It means, I humbly receive. It's not just about food. It's a daily thank you. To the farmers, the animals, the rain, the soil, and the hands that prepared the meal. It's a ritual of gratitude, not once a year, but every single day. In the West, gratitude often feels like an add-on, a journal prompt, a checkbox. But in long-living cultures like Okinawa, it's a way of being. They thank the morning sun. They thank their ancestors. They thank their neighbors. And they thank life, just for letting them wake up one more day. Gratitude rewires the brain. It quiets anxiety. It shifts focus from what's missing to what's already overflowing. It turns a simple bowl of rice into a sacred gift. It turns an ordinary moment into a memory. And most of all, it brings peace. So ask yourself, what can you say thank you for today? Your breath? A warm drink? A kind word? A lesson you've learned, even through pain? You don't need a perfect life to feel grateful. You just need to look and feel a little deeper. Because gratitude isn't just a habit. It's a portal to joy, to meaning, to Ikigai. Let's close this beautiful journey with one final, powerful reflection. Chapter 10. Live with purpose, die with peace. In the end, all of us face the same truth. One day, this life will come to a close. But in Okinawa, that truth isn't feared. It's embraced, because those who live with purpose die with peace. You see, the people of Ojimi don't wait for retirement to start living. They don't postpone joy. They don't chase things they can't take with them. Instead, they wake up each day and ask, what can I give today? Not take, not earn, but offer. Their days are filled with small acts of meaning, tending to plants, sharing food, teaching children. And through these gentle rhythms, they shape a life that matters. A life that says, I was here. I loved. I served. I lived with Ikigai. And when death comes, it is not a thief, but a friend, arriving at the end of a full, intentional journey. That's the final gift of Ikigai. It doesn't promise immortality, but it does promise this. If you live with presence, if you give with joy, if you find your flow, and nourish what matters. Then whenever the final sunset comes, you'll greet it without regret, because you'll know you truly lived. So as we close this journey, ask yourself, what is your Ikigai? And more importantly, what will you do with it starting today? This is just the beginning, and there you have it, the timeless wisdom of Ikigai. Not just a book, but a gentle invitation to live deeper, slower, and more meaningfully. From the peaceful gardens of Okinawa, to the quiet rituals of daily joy, to the beautiful truth that purpose isn't found, it's lived every single day. Maybe your Ikigai is teaching, or creating, or caring for someone you love. Maybe it's still waiting to be discovered. But wherever you are on that journey, know this: you already have everything you need to live a life of meaning, peace, and joy. Take a moment today to breathe, to give, to be present, because that is Ikigai. If this audiobook moved you even a little, please consider liking this video, leaving a comment, and subscribing to Fraser AudioBooks Club. And don't stop here. Dive into our full collection of life-changing audiobooks. Watch the full playlist here: motivation, money, mindset, and more, all in one place. Binge-worthy, transformative, absolutely free. Thank you for listening, and may you wake up tomorrow with your Ikigai burning bright.